Hey CRO Incubators, new audit video, and this time is for rough guides. I'm right here on their website and I'm just gonna dive straight into it. So first thing I see is that you're selling travel guides, super interesting product, and there's a call to action right here in the middle, which is great. I think I would like to have some split tests done on the shop now, which is a little bit more interesting, and also has almost no hover effect. I think it's really important to have that because it makes people more engaging, and more people click on it actually. Also, there's a lot of white space here, which is not necessarily bad, but I think the image in the background is not really inspiring in terms of wanting to actually buy the product. So I'd love to see images where there's sort of like an open book on one side and some, so you can see the quality inside, because right now it's a closed book, so you don't really know if the quality is good. I want to immediately address that by opening a book and showing how beautiful the images and the guides are inside. So that's something I would do right out the bat. If I scroll down, I can see there's different countries, so you can browse travel guides by region. The hover effect is really like hard to see here, so I'd again like to have it a bit more dramatic. Usually that helps quite a bit as well. Then we have a popular series here. That's totally fine. You can see all travel guides, and you can browse guides by type, itineraries, pocket size, and so on. That's pretty cool too. I'd also love to see if we should split test having that up here, because I think it's a really good way of showing off different travel guides. And then you got new releases down here as well. We've actually seen some really good results of adding bestsellers all the way up here, because people that come back, they want to browse the bestsellers. So that's something that usually will give a pretty big uptick. The navigation up here looks a bit old school, and that's because of the sort of gray gradient that you have here. It doesn't look very modern, so I'd definitely like to optimize that. And if you look on mobile as well, it doesn't look super good. The hamburger menu usually would be over here, the logo maybe in the middle, the card over here, the search bar maybe will be underneath here. So exposing the search bar and having it under here will probably give you a massive uptick, because a lot of people will search Australia, they'll search Korea, whatever they might search for. So you want to have that search bar exposed underneath here. So my team has done that a lot of times, so just reach out if you want some help. But that's a huge advantage if you do that. If we go further down the funnel, we can see here that we are met by the collection page, and you can filter, and then you can filter by continent and so on. I think it's a little bit clunky, and I'd like it to be a little more sleek, these filters. Just feels like I have to click a lot to go anywhere, so that's something that I really want to do. I don't know if you're sorting by bestsellers, but otherwise it should sort by bestseller. Here's a huge uptick. Then we have every single guide that you can browse here, and I think the guides that have a different color than white usually works well, whereas these white backgrounds are not working out so well. It doesn't look so good. Pricing wise, I don't know if I love that the numbers are not aligned. Just makes it look a little bit weird, so maybe it's something you should check on as well. And I would love a hover effect as well on them. I'm not sure if you have that, but otherwise I think it could be a good upgrade. Show more should not be here. It should continuously load more as you scroll through. So that's pretty good. You have this 10% off in your store. We'll come back to that later, but I want you to implement that at cart stage, that every single one can actually get 10% off if they add their email, and I'll show you how that should work later. But if you click on a product, we can see that we're now on the product page, and there's a lot of attention towards this, which is not important on the product page. All this stuff up here, so the images are all the way down here, so it's not the greatest sort of first impression. I want to highlight the product more. I think the resolution is also a little bit low, so you could upload the images in a higher res. Like as you can see here, it's simply not good enough. It simply needs to be a higher res, so that needs to be fixed. Description wise, it's a little bit long, and people tend to not really want to read anything. So if you could do video summaries, that will help you a lot. What I'm also missing from the homepage, collection page, and the product page is the lack of social proof. So that is a theme we come over all the time. You need to add social media, you need to add Trustpilot and other things, because really people want to make sure they're buying from a good company. So that's something I would definitely improve. Also notice that you use to cart instead of add to cart, and that's because you probably don't think there's space here. So, but people really think twice when they see to cart, because it's not a usual way to frame that button. So I would definitely change it to add to cart. I would also make sure you see if anyone actually clicks buy now. Otherwise, I would just use one button and then use the add to cart in full detail here. Here, there's missing some risk reversals. So like, money back guarantees, the 4 reasons why you should buy from us, stuff like that, how fast you can ship it, the fact that you have hassle-free return policies, all these different things are really important, and that's not there. So I'd like for you to set that up and make it nicer. Maybe add in credit card information, or like what payment methods you actually use. It can also be useful in this area. So there's a lot of optimization on the product page, which could probably skyrocket your conversion rate, and that's not being done right now. Also, I'd like to see more of a cross-sell option. So you might also love and you recently viewed books, but it's not super nicely designed. That could be a little bit nicer. And you might also love and recently viewed. It's not so interesting. I think you should say pairs well with, or whatever it might be. So try to upsell different guides. That makes sense. And you should see a higher AOV. If you go to cart, we see a pop-up here. I added 2 products to cart. I'm not being upsold anything else. I think there should be upsells here. That's really important. And if you now I picked ebooks, but if I was picking the paperback, I would like to see how far away I am from free shipping as well. So that's really key too. Now I have one in paperback, and this is shipping calculator checkout, but I'd like to see how close am I to free shipping. And then you should get your AOV up if you do that as well. At checkout here, you're going to get restricted from signing up with an account. This is going to kill your conversion rate. You should never ask for that. That is something that should be auto-created at checkout. What you can do when you reach checkout is say to people that they'll automatically get 10% off if they add their email and sign up for the newsletter. That's an easy way to get almost 100% opt-in on emails. So that's something that you should do. Alternatively, what you can do here is say get 10% off your order if you sign up for a newsletter, to add their email and then continue, or no thank you, I'll check out as guest. So that would be a super awesome way to improve this, which right now is not very good. If we go to the checkout, let's see. Okay, I need to add in password and stuff. So and this is killing your conversion rate right now. Like I'm almost like, I don't even want to go to checkout. It's just too much work. So you need to fix this. This is like the #1 thing you need to fix right now. But anyway, I think there's so much to be improved here. So that gets me excited because you can really do so much here to make it better. And you're really scratching the surface of what's possible here. Implement everything I told you. You should see good things. Obviously, split test everything as well if you can. And if this is too much for you, you can also reach out to me and we can see if we can do something together. But yeah. Excited, and let me know if you have questions.